What up, y'all? It's Yaya with the Rising Dandelion, and I'm here to give y'all the 2025 insight for Taurus. What up? As a fellow Taurus, I'm also interested to see what's gonna go on, even though I already kind of know, for me at least. But I'm gonna be reading with some dice here today, some cards, and I also have some stones. So if you got Taurus in any part of your chart, this is probably going to be a part that helps you in that specific area. If you're a majority Venetian, like myself, then this may also help. So we're going to go ahead and get started. What does Taurus need to know for 2025? Awesome. So very similar to the reading I just gave myself, so I'm not even surprised. But we have here the start and the end of the dice are 5. So what this tells me is that whatever you're speaking into existence, whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're working towards, wherever you're putting the cause, the action, the movement, the work, you're going to see it play out. There is going to be a cause and effect that is going to require change. So if you are not willing to make those changes, but you're putting in the work, that's like the don't equal. That doesn't make sense. Why are you putting in work for something that you don't want to change for? First off, so let me, outside of the summary, the 5 that you're using to manifest, right? The first 5, you're manifesting, you're thinking and speaking and writing and crafting and doing all these things to make these dreams and goals come to fruition, and there's gonna be progress. The 6 looks like this, it looks sideways, so there is progress. It's gonna come through. There's gonna be shifts in the new year, as we know. This progress can take, a little bit of time. It could have already taken a lot of time, or it may take half the year. I don't know what your pace is. Depends on what your pace is at and where you're actually pouring yourself into. But with the 6 too, what I am seeing is what you are asking for and what you are working towards, you also need to allow your spirits, God, orishas, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, everyone you work with, anyone you work with, to help you. Because if you have a tight baby fist strength hand, you're not going to see the abundance that you're asking for, because your hands are not open. You're not willing to allow your spirits to bless and help you. And so with that being said, the minute you can surrender and let go, that's where the progress is going to come in. That's where you're going to see a lot of things come into play, where it's actually in motion, where you start meeting the right people, being in the right place at the right time if you haven't already. And this is also where you're going to see the message of release. Because at this point you've done so much, like you can't force anything more. You just have to do what you do and let everything else work for you. That's pretty much what we got to do. Because as Tauruses, I don't know if you've seen cows. I don't know if you've ever seen a cow, but usually they're just chilling. They eating, they chilling, and they talking with the homies, literally. So do that. Literally chill. Like, if you're not reflecting and taking time to see what you've asked for and what you've done and this middle part of progress, it's gonna feel like a cloud of overwhelming energy. But this is where part of the collective for Taurus is kind of split, because we stubborn. We're very stubborn. Me, myself, I would say I'm not stubborn, but usually a stubborn person says they're not stubborn. I don't know. But if you are someone who has issues with letting go of control, then you're going to run into obstacles, you're going to run into challenges, and you're going to see it's like the fork in the road, right? You can go the easy way or the hard way. And if you're the stubborn one, you're probably going the hard way. But you're still going to get to where you need to be. It's just that the path may be a little bit different. And so if you're going through all these obstacles and these challenges and these lessons and to get to that top point, it's for a reason. Because at this top point, you're going to see all the things that you went through, and they're going to need to be applied at that top point. Now, for the ones that are not stubborn, or maybe not as stubborn, right? Maybe you're stubborn in some places. The things that you're willing to be open to receiving and learning and allowing yourself to experience, right? This easier path, well, it's not really easy. It's more just being able to surrender without like debate or without, you know, added energy behind it. It's just really, all right, what do I have to learn today? What am I grateful for today? What am I receiving today? You know? So this path, when you're like, okay, what is it that I have to do? Taking that initiative is what helps Tauruses a lot. I have a lot of Taurus in my chart, so I'm pretty hardcore Venetian Taurus placement type of person. And so when I see this 3, I also see you need to be mindful of where you're putting your investments for the year. Because if you're not being mindful of that, if you're not pouring into yourself, if it's not making you feel loved, peace, supported, productive, or valued, cut it. Change it, switch it up, find something that does. Because everything else that isn't the 5 gotta go. If you are trying to hang on to it, this is where you're going to be forced to let go, because at the end, change is still going to happen. So either you allow it or you're forced. But either way, it's still going to happen. So not saying that life is always these 2 options, but in simplicity mindset, in the simplicity perspective, because there's all these options, right? It's still going to come down to 2 things. The universe is calculated in zeros and ones. 2 things, right? You can add all of the ones and still make another number, but you're still going to come down to 2 things. It's adding or subtracting. If you're multiplying, if you're dividing, it's still a version of adding and subtracting. So when I see all of this, I didn't do this for any of the other ones, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't, but because it's Taurus, y'all get a little razzle dazzle. So 10, then 16 plus 6, that's 22. Then we have a 3, that's 25. So this is going to be really a time for us to embrace the change, give us that self-love that we naturally need. Everyone needs it, but like Taurus, we really need it because we're really stubborn, really hard on ourselves, that we don't allow ourselves to like, good job, you know. So give yourself the pat on the back, give yourself the forgiveness you need, give yourself the applause that you need. Where are your flowers? As a May baby, as an April baby, where are your flowers? The other thing that I do see is like, if you're continuing that peace and healing, then you're going to see these blessings and these surprises of like, yo, I did it, come through the right way that they need to come through. So with that, let's see, we have 8 minutes. I'm gonna do a split. My last video froze, but this card popped out in the middle of shuffle. So definitely these new patches, these new experiences are gonna come y'all's way. Ooh. And they're going to really reveal a lot of truths, a lot of, they're going to show you where the darkness has been hiding and what needs to be looked at. But for Taurus, y'all, let's see. Oh, that's confirmation. Confirmation card right here fell out. This is the 3 that I was mentioning with the investments. This is what I was seeing. So when it comes to the support and the love in our lives, I know this is just, you know, this is a man, I get it, but this can be a masculine female. This can represent the men in your family that love you, you know, the lovers and protectors of our world. But if you feel like you don't really have that, this also can be you and your ability to love and protect. This has to be for the protection and love that you have for yourself as well. But when you need support, you have that, and you're going to be supported because you're going to see these people come out, right? If you don't see them now, you'll see them eventually. But this is the cutoff that has to happen. This is literally what I was talking about. This is letting go. And if you don't let go, it's going to get peeled off of you. And if you don't let it get peeled off of you and you don't cut it off, it's going to turn to stagnicity. It's going to turn to blockage. It's going to turn to hardship. It's going to turn into comfort. And comfort doesn't make anything grow. So, with that, I usually do 3, but we're not going to do all that. I don't have enough time. All right. This is it. This card popped out and I have no way. I've shuffled. It's just meant to be seen. So here, this is also going to be another group of people that help you. If this isn't someone that you already know, maybe somebody that you're meeting, but this can represent people who know how to make things happen. It could be a feminine man, it can just be a woman, it could be representative of many people. But this is somebody who knows how to make money, work with money, own a business. They can be a CPA, an accountant, a manager, a co-worker, people who just are, they know how to make money generate. They know how to make life happen for them, and they're very grounded, very stable people. They're gonna help you. There's like a group of people or person that they're like, hey, you should do X, Y, and Z, and then it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. It sounds silly. Try it, okay? Try it, please. This may be a new passion. It may be a new hobby. It may overall just be a new experience that you've just never have experienced before. And this may actually lead you to the emotional balance that you've been waiting for too. Especially since, 2024 was a little rough, especially for us Tauruses. Whew. Let me not even get started. So, with that, take care of yourself, Tauruses, because I know I will. And hopefully this message hit you where it needed to and it made sense all the way around. I'm going to pull a couple of stones. The bell always comes out. I have no idea how or why. There's so many little things. This is your sign to invest into a bell. If it's one of the ringing ones with the handles, whatever this looks like, or using sound to cleanse yourself, it's going to help, because we are of the frequency of earth. We resonate with the earth. We are the frequency of love. And in order to receive blessings and the things that are meant for us, our heart chakra needs to be balanced and needs to be open to receiving. Now, things that are going to help, I think this is like a icy agate. I could be wrong. I forgot what this was. It's been so long. But this is blue lace agate. This is one of my favorites. This right here, if you have a sore throat, is going to help a lot because it helps to balance out the throat chakra. A lot of people don't like to talk about chakras, but this is my way of summarizing the body. So do what you will. But whenever I've gotten a sore throat, I've always put a blue stone here, whether it's blue lace agate or it's lapis or whatever. It helps. So this here is a very calming stone. It helps to collect with thoughts. It helps to bring balance to the mind so you're able to see. And I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful stone as well. But with that being said, I hope this reading resonates. I hope it helped in some degree, in some way, to prepare for the new year. And hopefully it gave you a lot of confirmation to what you already know and maybe what you didn't know. But if I did anything right, depending on where I'm at in the socials where you see this, this is where I want to see your comment of how it felt, how it resonated. And, if you need anything or have any questions, I'm happy to help, especially with a couple of the things that I showed here in this video. Lastly, I do 12-month, 6-month, 3-month, month by month ahead readings and all types of readings. So if you want to get at me, if you don't see it here, because it's on TikTok, maybe say on YouTube, the rising dandelion at gmail.com is where you can find me easily. And if not, I do have my website, therisinggdandelion.com. And if not, you can DM me wherever you see this. But if you don't see it with the username, as it looks like, the rising dandelion, it's a scam. So don't get scammed, because there's only one account for me at every social with that name. And if it's anybody else with any other spelling, it's not me. Okay? Letting you know now, because I ain't trying to make no mistakes. But with that, 555 on the clock. I'll let y'all enjoy your day. Good luck in the new year. Keep me posted. Bye.